This month has been an absolute nightmare for Sony, but it is a disaster of their own creation.
Yeah.
After announcing that
they're in a hell of their own creation,
they were killing off physical games, they have been getting absolutely wrecked and ratioed
get dunked
on
on
social media. People are
Suffer
canceling
bitch.
their PlayStation Network subscriptions, and today we are seeing mass backlash over the fact that PSN is down, so people cannot play certain games, buy games, and they are now getting destroyed again. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, when they announced that they were going to be killing off physical games, they clearly had expected backlash, but they also thought that like the Xbox layoffs were going to take a lot of heat off of them. People would be discussing that. They were probably hoping that other companies were going to stumble, but gamers have not let up. And now, several weeks later,
yeah, also, what do you do whenever you just get into the company and you got this this product that's hundreds of $1 million went into, and it's already finished, and all of this bullshit's in it? Like, what do you do?
we are seeing the PlayStation Network go down. Everybody is pissed off at them, and really, all I can do is point and laugh because they deserve what they are getting. We need companies to actually learn to listen to us again. Sure, they currently feel like they are on top of the world and they can do no wrong, and there are plenty of people out there who are not interested in buying physical games, so they feel like it doesn't really affect them, but they need to understand.
Ooh, yeah, I see a lot of people that are like, well, physical games are out. Digital games have been the future for 20 years. Digital games used to be better than they are now. Used to, you get the digital game, and it was on your hard drive, and that was it. You could play it online, you could play it offline. I was talking to somebody earlier, they were playing Outer Worlds 2, and Xbox servers went down, and they got kicked out of a single-player game. Like, is this seriously what you want?
That people are not going to just continue to blindly support them forever. They are going to lose sales, they are going to lose customers, and people are going to respect them even less. If we are truly headed towards this all-digital future, things are going to need to change, and we need to be the ones to demand changes. We need better consumer protections. We need the DMCA to be rewritten, and these companies are not going to implement the changes that we need until they are forced to. I always say,
I'll accept the all-digital future if we get DRM-free files that we can move around and copy, do whatever the fuck we want with, make our own physical editions. I'll be cool with that. I'll be cool with the all-digital future. Like single-player games offline again.
That we need to look towards the government for regulation as a last-ditch effort.
And they won't.
When Stop Killing Games started popping up,
Yeah, the government is going to side with the corporations because the corporations have all the money. I mean, like, technically, we have all the money, but we give them the money. So they have all of our money. And they're going to side with them every fucking time. They would rather just let it all burn down and collapse because the people who run the corporations don't actually care about anything but themselves getting more and more money. And if it burns down, then oh well, they'll move on to a different company or they'll retire. Doesn't matter.
said, well, I'd rather the government not start to regulate video games, but at the same time, this is much larger than just video games or entertainment. This is digital goods in general. Your books, your movies, your shows, your video games, your software.
Oh, speaking of books, I just yo-hoed so many books.
Manuals, all of that needs to be protected. And because we've all been talking so much about physical games being killed off by PlayStation, another very large issue has slipped under the radar. I had talked about this several months ago. That video will be linked down below in case you're interested in hearing the details. But towards the end of the year or the beginning of next year, it is being reported that PlayStation is going to require age verification PlayStation to use certain systems in their games. This was from 3 months ago, but a new email from Sony Interactive Entertainment revealed a new age verification requirement for PlayStation users to continue using communication features. So unless you put a credit card in the system, you take a photo of yourself or provide a ID, and you actually prove that you are a adult, you are not going to be able to use text chat features, voice chat features. You're not going to be able to go into lobbies anymore of multiplayer games and talk to.
Are they gonna just like outright lock out children? Because what if some parents don't mind it? Sony's just gonna parent your children for you? Dude, I fucking hate all this. This age verification shit is so stupid. Because it's like, well, parents are complaining that kids are being groomed and radicalized and all of this. Okay, well, that's up to them. And if they fuck up, guess what? Arrest them. Arrest the bad actors who are just letting their kids do whatever the fuck they want, rather than punishing everybody else who is doing right. It's so fucking insane how we keep doing this. Because you know why? It's easier to punish the innocent than it is to charge the criminals.
To strangers and talk to other people. And they say that the initiative comes from the goal of providing a quote-unquote safe, age-appropriate experience for players and families while respecting their privacy. And this is a big problem because once you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. All of these companies are implementing age verification features not to truly keep kids safe and to keep people safe. It's to collect your information and for mass surveillance purposes.
Not just that. It's so they can decide what you can and can't do. For instance, what if they decide that you are a right-wing MAGA chud and they don't want you to be playing their online game? They'll just lock you out.
These companies don't give a fuck about you or your kids. They care about controlling you and monitoring you. That's why they want online-only games. They want you to be online 24/7 to monitor your play times, monitor your account history, monitor your store browsing history.
You've been playing for too long today. You should take a break. And then you can't not take a break. They force you to.
Your purchases. They want to see everything you are doing at all times. They want to collect your information and probably sell it, but they want to constantly surveil you. Why do you blindly trust a company like Sony? And this is why I have been hammering away at them, because they are scummy, just like so many of them. But getting back to the topic of PlayStation being garbage, now the PlayStation Network is down.
That's another thing. They want to keep all of your information and track you and shit. And maybe they'll promise they're not going to sell your information. They're going to lock it down. They're not going to give it out to anybody. And then they get fucking hacked. And then all of your information just gets out there anyway.
It has been down for the entire day at this point. And this does mean that you cannot access the store. So you cannot buy certain games. There are games that, of course, are live service and online only that you can no longer access. There are very big problems here, and it just highlights the issue with digital-only games. So Sony's PlayStation Network services have been offline for hours today. Right now, when I'm recording this video, it's been about 8 hours, but we are closing in on 9, leaving fans unable to play some digital games. Unsurprisingly, impacted users have been left pointing to the benefits of physical copies just weeks after Sony's bombshell announcement it will kill PlayStation 5 discs. PlayStation services began to disappear for some users around 8:30 a.m. Eastern this morning, around the same time as an alert from Amazon Web Services that multiple AWS servers in the US West 2 region were facing connectivity issues. Despite the problem being marked as resolved around an hour later, players report continued experiencing issues in the hours since and in countries outside of the United States too. And yesterday, the Xbox services were having major issues. Seems that there is potentially a bit of a connection there. Who knows? But
and then they were completely fucking down all day.
You can see on the PlayStation status page
This is an older
all
video
of
I'm
the
reacting to.
services they offer, like account management, gaming and social, video and direct are
It's like
having
2 days old.
outages, and then the PlayStation Store is completely out for a lot of people. So yeah, during a time when you are trying to convince us that digital only is good and your services are going down, meaning some people cannot access their purchases, yeah, that is not going to sit well with your potential customers. Now, there are many posts about this circulating. I know I myself had made a post on this, which I will read some of the comments here, which a lot of people are pointing and laughing.
A lot of
people are also...
Dude, the last fucking 3 videos I watched, they're just talking about a lot of people.
Furious. Some lawyer needs to start a class action lawsuit, make PSN and Xbox Live pay customers when they can't use their games. This is going to make the conversations around getting rid of physical media go a lot smoother. The one with the disk drive. We'll be right back. Oh, so they're going away from both physical and...
I saw some people huffing some copium. They're like, well, I got to just sit on my porch and relax for a little while and just enjoy life. So that's an upside. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Digital. There are some people that are like, most disc games still need PSN, and it is true that there are disc games where you do still need to be connected to the PlayStation Network.
I saw a lot of people also, there were a lot of people that were also saying, well, my games were working just fine. I didn't have any issues. Yeah, no shit. Not the entire thing went down. Not everybody's games went down, and also you probably hit a window where your area was fixed for a little while. You just happened to be one of the people that didn't get affected, because it didn't affect everybody.
And you still need to be online. And
but
of course, on the flip side, there...
you can have that. Well, it didn't happen to me. It never does. Until it does. It's like people that are talking about, like, Muslims aren't raping me. Okay.
There are some digital games where as long as you have downloaded it, you can play it offline. But there is still a large amount of games in the middle where you can't play it at all right now, which is a massive fucking issue. It doesn't matter if it is 1 game or 50 games or 100 or 1,000 games that you can no longer access when these services are having an issue and they're down. That should be unacceptable. That shouldn't be the reality. If I buy something, I should be able to play it whenever I want to, wherever I want to, however I want to. Not, oh, well, you can't play this thing you purchased right now because you can't connect to the PlayStation Network. Here is another post about it where plenty of people are saying,
remember the days when you didn't have to worry about the actual network and the games themselves ran their own servers? Remember that?
Play has limits. Physical media never had a server status page. Excuse me while I go back to my 30-year-old saved games. Pushing an all-digital future, and they're not even able to support it. Dear digital-only user bootlickers, pointing and laughing. PC players and console players saying, fuck Sony, and consoles are obsolete now. There's absolutely no point to get them. I think that we are only going to see this backlash continue to rage on.
It's going to get worse.
I am happy about it because I want people...
Imagine when everybody is online, when it's all digital, these hacks, these server shutdowns, these problems are going to get worse as prices continue to rise, as data centers continue to be built, as wars rage on. That's going to be the biggest problem that people aren't thinking about, is the wars. And people are going to be attacking each other's servers, each other's services, like Amazon. They power so many things. Of course they're going to be under attack during war. And as the wars get worse, the shutdowns are going to get worse. They just don't get it because they are goyim.
People to understand that these companies do not care about you. And I want people to understand that you cannot blindly support companies or creatives because while their job is to make money off of you, yes, the industry is very different than what it once was. You actually had people that were passionate and talented and cared about their customers, but now
those people were deemed problematic and were either kicked out or they were pushed out.
These CEOs are walking away with millions of dollars every year, and they don't give a fuck if your purchase is inaccessible as long as they got that initial money out of you. And that's why if you have a criticism, you need to voice it. So yes, right now the PlayStation Network and their services are having some major issues. Hopefully this gets fixed pretty quickly, especially going into the weekend when tons of people are actually trying to play their favorite games and new games that are going into beta like Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. But this is another perfect example of why we need physical media. And of course, I'm going to end this video with saying, fuck Sony.
I saw that they they have a patent now for an all-digital controller. It's just a touch controller, man. We're not making enough money. We have to kill the physical games, and we have to lay so many people off and raise our prices so we can make shit that nobody wants that barely works. And they're releasing a fighting stick, like an arcade fighting stick for fighting games. We don't need that. Whenever you are basically burning money, and then you build something like that, and then you have the Sony tax, come on, man, what the fuck are you doing?